Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be making a pair of square stock tongs for 16mm square stock. I need this one to make more tongs because that is what you see there, the very best material ever for making tongs. It's 16mm square stock, and for making the rivet it's 10mm round stock. And to hold this properly in a pair of tongs, I want to make me a pair of specialized 16mm square stock tongs. So that's what I'm doing here. So you see that is the one pair I'm using. Actually, no, not this one. But it's just not perfect for the 16 mil, so it's a bit wobbly inside, so I make one. So this, what you see there, are 16 centimeter pieces of 16mm stock, and I'm measuring 1.5 inch from the top and then another 1.5 inch from there. So the first is going to be the nib or the jaw, the second is the box or the boss, and behind that is the reins. And I mark this with a round chisel, just slightly, not too much, so that I will find these marks again when I'm working on it. So, and then I'll put in some fuel into the hammering machine. So what is about to come here is quite some important step on tongue making. Basically, you start with setting off for the nib at 1 inch, then you turn left 90 degrees and set off the same inch nib at 45-degree angle to the side. And the next step would be to turn the whole thing again 90 degrees left, take 1 more inch and set up set off the box or the boss, whatever you want. So this has to be quite precise on both of the shanks. So otherwise they would not fit together as a pair of tongs, and they would look, well, some off. So first I'm searching for the mark, the 1-inch mark on this on the square end. There, I found it. Then fullering in on the edge of the anvil, and then just square it up a bit to make the same indentation on the other shank, and to make them fit together. So that one has to stay there for a second, so that I can put on the same measurements to the other ones. Searching for the mark, 1 inch on the shoulder, half on, half off. Just whack it, and you see it's quite in the same place. That's where I want to go. So this is the second most important step. Pay close attention to what I do there. First on the edge, turn left 90 degrees, and then half on, half off, and set down the nib. So I always go all steps. I start with the first inch, then I turn left, and then I turn left again if I'm at that step. I always start from the first step out, because it is so very quick that you turn the wrong direction, and then the shank is basically is messed up. So again, pay attention. First step, second step, third step. So then measure 1 more inch from the nib to the shoulder of the anvil, and then isolate the boss. Just try to be very precise there, because you will always see, if you know where to look, that there are slight differences in the tongs. So So now I punch the holes in the boss where I need to rivet the two shanks together to form a pair of tongs. I use a center punch to mark the exact spots where I want to have them holes, while I have the shanks lined up on the anvil. And then I just punch some holes. So this is a punch that makes about 9mm holes. I don't know, it's just freehand ground and hardened, so can't say it directly, but it's not 10mm. So I have to punch one hole and then I have to drift it afterwards to be precisely 10mm. I think that is the right way to do it. So in goes the drift. 10mm is the desired size of the hole, diameter in this case. Yeah, just a bit of cleaning up the boss, not too much so we won't mess up the hole. There's no more forging on the boss other than flat, because you will not mess up the holes. So one more step is my touch mark. I do this just before I make the rivet, and after that comes riveting the two shanks together. So what is important about riveting is the original length of the rivet pin you put in. This is a 10mm stock, round stock that I'm using there, and the measurement of the two bosses over each other is 18mm, and if you use 10mm stock you have to use 10mm at each side, so that makes a 38mm pin of 10mm round stock that is heated up and hammered through the holes of the bosses. And then important to do it on a bolster plate so you won't set up the end, and then you just take the ball peen hammer and by flipping the tongue from one side to the other and again you form the rivet head. Or if you have a rivet header, you can take this, or if you take pre-manufactured rivets, you can also take these. Then you have to correct the measurement, of course. So then I need to move the pair of tongs because the bosses are now stuck together after peening the rivet. So after lining all up, I took the tongs to the belt grinder and ground the jaws a bit more roundish. So the cross section was pretty much rectangular till then. And I just ground the nibs around. It's easier to work with and looks so much better. So, and then I have brushed cold the tongs, and as soon as they are reasonably cold, I apply pure beeswax. This is pure natural beeswax, not paraffin or something like that. And this is to prevent the tongs from rusting, because if you work with them, you will dunk them from time to time in the manky tank. You'll just cool them off in the water, and you don't want them to have a new brownish color after this. So a bit of beeswax will do the trick for you. And I also apply this on the reins and just then wipe it off with the rag. So that's about it. This is a ready usable pair of tongs. So if you like that, then consider to give me a like, to subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, and my wife will be counting the likes and the subscriptions, and if she's content, she will allow me to put on some content more often. So this now is the result of these 2.5 hours of forging. You see, nice fit to the 60mm stock. This is a nice rivet. My mark, the tongue has a good crotch, nice nibs, very nice jaws, smooth reins, and beautiful balls. So right, folks, that's enough of the shenanigans for today. That's all I have. Wish you a nice day. Thanks for watching. Bye.